Asue Ighodalo, a lawyer, has now emerged as the winner of the Edo People's Democratic Party governorship primary. He was declared winner at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, where the declaration was made that he polled 577 votes to emerge as the state party flag bearer of the PDP. Let's take a listen to the moment when Asue Ighodalo was declared winner.
Therefore, declared Asue Ighodalo as the winner of just concluded primaries today with a total vote of 577. I hereby return elected as the candidate for the upcoming governorship election in Edo State. Congratulations, my brother.
That is the declaration there. But in other parts of town, the deputy governor of Edo State, Shaibu, was also declared the winner of the PDP parallel governorship election primary. It was not held in that same venue, but it's in another part of town. Take a listen to how these went down.
How will you want to disenfranchise authentic delegates and replace them with people that do not exist, if not for desperation? So for me, I'm not a conquered person, and I've assured them I'll take their grievances to the appropriate quarters, and I'm sure the governor of Zamfara should be able to deal with it. And whether they deal with it or not is another different thing. But what is critical is that the election we hold, and by the grace of God, a winner will emerge. But if a winner emerge with fake delegates, he will not see the light of the day. But if a winner emerge with authentic delegates, obviously that winner will see the light of the day. And by the grace of God, together we will go into general election. Primary elections is not the end of the election. What is key really, the most important one, is not party primaries. It is the general election. And the general election is my focus. The primaries, I'm confident that I will win these primaries.
That's the deputy governor there, Shaibu, was declared earlier in a parallel exercise in the PDP governorship primary, where earlier there's some agitated and aggrieved members of the PDP who came together as a group of protesters claiming that they were delegates and alleged that they were denied accreditation at the main venue and subsequently took their protest to Shaibu's residence. But let's get some insight into what exactly is going on and perhaps some reaction now coming from the man who has been declared by the party. And you saw the governor who declared him, who led the committee from the PDP NWC in Abuja to conduct that exercise. I'm being joined tonight by the winner of that PDP governorship primary, Mr. Asue Ighodalo. He joins us live from Benin. Thank you so much indeed for joining us. Perhaps congratulations is in order.
Good evening, Shaibu, and thank you very much.
What does this mean for you, Mr. Ighodalo?
I'm actually quite humbled, very humbled, for the members of our party, the PDP, consider me worthy to be the candidate of the party for the next gubernatorial election. Is a big burden, and it's really humbling. And at the same time, it's a major privilege. And that's how I see it and how I consider it. There's going to be a lot of work to be done on many fronts. Starting from tonight, we're going to continue the work we've been doing to try and get the party together as one. The party is getting more united day by day. It's getting stronger. I was totally and pleasantly surprised by the quality of the delegates I saw. People from Masoge to Senator Way, So it makes me feel good that we're doing a lot of work bringing the party together, and there's still a bit more to be done. starting from tonight, I'll reach out to all my brothers and sisters, aspirants, and we'll start talking. And we've started the conversation anyway, and we'll continue the conversation. Going into September, we have to be one strong, indivisible party. I'm totally confident that if the PDP stays as one, it will without a doubt win those elections because it's the preferred party in the states and we have the proper policies and the effective policies. So, but what's most important at this point in time is to ensure that we come together. My brother and sister aspirants, I will reach out to them starting from tonight, and then we'll start the work of putting the party into a strong one and get ready for the September elections.
Now, are you worried, though, with what we are hearing on the other side of town? There are those who are aggrieved, and now it looks like PDP may have two governorship candidates. The Deputy Governor, Philip Shaibu, is emerged in a parallel governorship primary. How worried are you about the scenario?
No, I didn't even know anything until I was listening to you before the program started. I was listening to the trailer of the program. I didn't know anything else happened in town because we were going through a process that was blessed by the National Working Committee of the party, properly effected in accordance with the constitution of the party and the guidelines. We had ward congresses, national delegate congresses. Results of those congresses were published and had accepted by the National Working Committee after going through the proper appeal processes. The National Working Committee published the list of those delegates as it's supposed to do. The National Working Committee also appointed the Electoral Committee headed by Governor Ighodalo and co-chaired by Governor Sheriff of Delta State. And we went through the proper process today, accreditation of identified and accepted delegates. And those delegates came into the venue to vote. The process also specified that the venue be established. The National Working Committee established the venue as the Samuel Ogbemodia Stadium, lawn tennis court, specified the time and date, and specified the committee that will superintend the process. INEC officials were present as it's supposed to be. The committee from Abuja, the National Working Committee headed by the two governors, were in place, and they superintended the process. It was free and fair. I'm sure you saw it on TV yourself. The voting was rancor-free. And I think we went through the proper process, the process of the party. I wasn't aware that anything else was happening anywhere else in town. Anything else that would have been happening, I'm sure the party would have something to say about that, and it's not in my place to talk about it. But I think we went through the proper process. This is the authentic process of the party in accordance with its constitution. So I'm not worried. The question you asked was, I'm not worried. You know, I'm a lawyer. If you do things by the book in accordance with the rule of law, there's nothing to worry about. It's when you then break the rules that you worry. And I don't think the rules were broken because I saw that the guidelines and the constitution were followed. And we participants in today's process, also we were 7 or so participants in today's process, 2 withdrew, 1 stepped down for me, and I'm really humbled by her confidence in me, Ms. Benedium. And so we went through a great process, and I think the rule of law was fully followed. The chairmen did their work, the committee did its work, the electoral process and the electoral and returning officers did their work. And I think the 5 hours or so we spent in the stadium was open to all to see. So, Shaibu, I'm not worried. There's nothing to worry about. Again, like I said, if you follow the law and follow due process, there's never anything to worry about.
It's interesting. Good that you are a lawyer, but there are those who also will say politically, there are a lot of banana peels that could be laid. Politics and law sometimes, there are intertwining twins that at times there are danger that lines their relationship, because there are those who argue that the congresses were conducted in a manner that did not satisfy some members of the party and those who believe that those things, processes were skewed, and they will tell you that those are the fundamentals upon which a primary could stand. They fought at it. Isn't that a recipe for disaster, a looming danger?
No, Shaibu. I'll now reiterate and repeat myself. If you follow the rule of law and you do things in accordance with the book, you follow the processes, and from what I saw and my reading of the party constitution and the guidelines as they were issued, the National Working Committee did everything in accordance with the book. National Working Committee of the party organized all of the three processes: the World Congresses, the National Delegate Congress, and today's primaries. The sent-in officials who acted in accordance with the book. That's what I know, and that's what I can talk about. Once you go by the book, by the rule of law, by the laid down procedures and guidelines, then you don't have anything to be afraid of. Banana peels, people throw banana peels even at themselves, so that's not the issue. Once you've done things properly, then you jump over the peels or you walk around them, they're always banana peels. So I'm not too, like I said, Shaibu, I've been a lawyer for nearly 40 years, and I would always be on the side of due process, on the side of following the rules and following the law. And that's where I stand. And that's from what I have seen, except somebody can prove me wrong, and I don't think anybody can in this process. Due process was followed. That some people didn't agree with it does not mean it is not the right process. That's all I can say. What I see, what I've read, we followed the due process. The party followed the due process, and we, at least the contestants and those that I knew that participated, followed those processes. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried. If there are any issues, the party will sort the issues out. And if it's not sorted out by the party and people still feel aggrieved, I guess people will go to court and the courts will sort the issues out. I'm confident that the issues are clear, and I'm not worried about that process. But I'd wish we didn't go through that route, because it distracts everybody from the business of uniting the party, coming together and focusing on the September elections. That's what we need to do. The September elections are going to be really difficult. We're going to be going against the ruling party at the center. There are going to be strong opponents in the other parties. And so we'll have to really buckle down, come together as one party and work extremely hard. I believe in the fruits of hard work. I think part of what we've seen play out today has been the hard work we've done in the last 5 months. My team and I, we've gone through and covered nearly every blade of grass in Edo State in the last 5 months, talking to people, meeting the common people, meeting people at every level, meeting our leaders. And we kept talking, we kept convincing, we kept trying to get people to come together. We kept selling our own story. We kept talking about the path we see for an Edo State that's a prosperous state. And I think our story was bought by the majority of the party members, which is what you see showing itself today. But having said that, for me, I think the more important thing is to have a strong, united party that works for itself, with itself, for the betterment of the people of Edo State and for the betterment of the party. And I'm sure if we get to that point, we'll do even much better. And I see us nearly there. Like I said, I saw today
Mr. Ighodalo,
delegates.
Yeah. Now you've been handed the flag.
I was just about to finish, but it's fine. But it's fine.
You've been under the flag of the party, and you will be the face of the party in the poll, all things being equal. But the question is, the likes of Philip Shaibu, the likes of a long list of others who are aggrieved that there are the names on the ballot against you in this race. Are you able to, for example, tonight, make a commitment to reach out to them for the sake of peace? Is it possible? And how are you going to do that?
Joe, you just want to keep repeating your questions. I said very clearly that from tonight, that's the work I'm going to start doing. All of them are people I respect tremendously. And each and every one of them has the capability to be governor of the state. You know, and at the end of my earlier speech, one of my earlier speeches today, I did say that I said that, you know. So I'm going to reach out to everybody starting from tonight. I'm going to start. I have already started the process, actually, even before we left the Ogbe Stadium. And I'm going to continue that process. And I'm going to reach out to everybody. And I'm going to try and convince everybody that we should join hands and work hard together for the sake of the party we all love so much, and for the sake of the people of Edo State that we all want to work for and that we all love so much. So, and I know that by God's grace and with the help of the leaders and the elders of the party, we'll be able to convince nearly all, if not all, of the aspirants to work together so that we can do extremely well at the polls in September.
You said today, earlier in this evening, that you want to place yourself as a good tool. You say, I'm only a tool in the process, and I promise you all, I will be a good tool by the grace of God. Edo State will move from where Governor Obaseki stopped. The question is, how do you hope to be able to win for the PDP in the face of the criticism on the governance style and the manner in which the PDP has steered the affairs of the state?
Again, I'll come back to the point I said. I think, yes, we need to do some uniting and healing in the party. And so we'll set about doing that, all of us, all hands on deck, everybody working together. But having said that, I think in the last 7.5 years, some very good work has been done in the state, and we'll build on that work. And where things haven't been done as well as they should be done, we'll improve on it. And we'll work very hard, and we'll come up with additional creative ideas as to how to move the state into prosperity. So all of our past leaders in the last few years, Governor Ighodalo, Governor Shomole, and definitely Governor Obaseki have contributed to the development of our state, and they've done a lot of hard work. Don't let's discountenance that. So we will, from the strong foundation that's been laid, we now have a task and a responsibility to build on that and take us into prosperity.
Apologies, Mr. Ighodalo, to butt in quickly. The question I was asking, I was driving at, is politically, can PDP win a governorship race today based on their reputation and the reputation of whatever work that Governor Obaseki has laid down in Edo State? Do you have that kind of confidence?
Yeah, I'm totally very confident. That's why I said the first step we're going to do, and we're going to start from tonight, is to unite the party even stronger, make the party even stronger, make the party whole as one. Then we will work very hard. The kind of work ethic that you saw from us in the last 5 months will even double that. I'm convinced beyond any reasonable doubt that with the capacities we have in the state, with the capacities of the leaders of the state, the capacities of my co-aspirants, the capacity of other members of the party in the state, if you put all of that together and we get on the road, we'll be able to convince our people that we still have the best policies for the state, we still have the sight to the path that will take our state into prosperity. And we work very hard to continue convincing our people. So my straight answer to your question is that, yes, I'm totally confident. If I didn't think we could win, I wouldn't be here. I didn't come here not to win. I've set aside the last 6 months of my life, focused only on this task. And I'll only do that if I'm confident that we'll win. And I'm very confident that the PDP is a strong party in the state. Members of the party are strong politicians, and we will work hand in hand and very well together, and we'll win, by God's grace, the elections in September.
In the face of this daunting challenge that the nation and the myriads of problems that the nation is confronted with, what would you like? Should you be given the opportunity to lead and govern Edo State? What would you like Edo State to be noted for in the midst of all of these? Because Edo State will have to play its own quota in the league of the Committee of State in the nation. What would you like Edo State to be identified for, to produce for the center?
We will First of all, not for the center, for Edo State, and then benefits the center. You seem to forget that we're a federation. But I'll come back to that, and I'll come back to the economics and the social. But first of all, let me talk about the value system. We will be sympathetic and empathic in Edo State. We will love each other. We will be a state where we love our neighbors and we work for each other. So that, for me, will be something we must put on the table. We'll be a state of strong values, strong family values, strong values in the school, the way I grew up, and we'll inculcate that, we'll bring all that back. Once we set that foundation at that level, then we can build on it economically and socially. Edo State is ready for tourism. Edo State is ready for agricultural takeoff. Edo State is ready for mining resource takeoff. Edo State is ready for creatives, ICT, sports. Edo State is just waiting to take off. It's waiting to explode in a positive way. So there are many things and many directions. Right. There's certain work that's been done. Today, Edo State is the leading educational state in Nigeria. It's moved from maybe number 28 or 29 to maybe 1 or 2 in the federation, building skills that are fit for purpose and building skills that are fit for businesses. So there's so many things, our healthcare system, our civil service reform, there's so many things that are happening in those states, and we can only build on those things, Yeah.
I'd like us to wrap this conversation in about 30 seconds. And my question is about how you hope to work yourself out of what has become a reputation politically that you have in the state. You are seen as someone that has been imposed by Governor Obaseki. How do you hope to manage that kind of reputation and work yourself as a man of yourself? Are you able to tell Edo people that tonight, because they are predicted that this has been an answer to a question scenario, that you are a man of Governor Obaseki, is going to impose you as a candidate of the party, that those who have said that, I will say, they said right, they were right, and now how do you hope to justify, to tell Edo people that Asue is a man of himself and will be a man for the people of the state?
People that say that, and I'm sure many people don't say that, people that say that do not know the people of Edo State. The people of Edo State are enlightened, exposed, educated, self-willed, and they know what is right from what is wrong. The justice, equity, fairness is always the watchword in Edo State. Nobody can impose anybody on the people of Edo State. It's impossible. Nobody can impose anybody on the people of the party members, the PDP party members who are Edo State citizens. It's impossible. So people that say that are just trying to create an impression and trying to distract and say the wrong things.
So Governor Obaseki is not your godfather, political godfather.
You're insulting the intelligence of the Edo State people when people make statements like that. And I refuse to accept it for the people of Edo State.
So Governor Obaseki is not your political godfather?
I refuse to accept it. No, Governor Obaseki is not my political godfather. Governor Obaseki is my friend. I've known Governor Obaseki since 1977. Governor Obaseki and I have been friends, and we respect each other tremendously. He worked as an investment banker, I was a corporate lawyer, and we worked on many transactions together, and there was strong trust. But Governor Obaseki didn't bring me into this political process. I came in of my own free will, encouraged by many other citizens of the state. So when people say this, and I say it again, people say to distract. When we were in this race, Governor Obaseki had 4 or 5 very close friends, 2 or 3 closer to him than I in the race. And I don't understand why people didn't say those were his candidates, and why everybody pointed at me. There are people that I didn't live in Benin City at the time. There are people that when he is looking for recreation time, he spent time with. There were at least 2 or 3 of them in the race. So when people want to say things that distract from serious issues and serious business, they talk about irrelevancies. So let's remove all of these irrelevancies and let's face the serious business of taking Edo State to the next level, okay?
Asue Ighodalo, PDP governorship candidate in the 2024 governorship election. I wish you the very best. It does look to me that the race has just started, and I wish you the very best. It doesn't look like a sprint. It looks like a marathon.
Thank you very much, Shaibu. Thank you very much, Shaibu.
I wish you the best for the strength?
By God's grace, we'll give it our very, very, very best shots. And God has a way of always rewarding hard work and transparent, honest work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Indy. Okay.